Hey everyone, welcome back to Katawa Soju. Those of you watching on my Twitch channel, thank you. Make sure you follow. If you want to watch this preview again or the other episodes, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel, Domination Gaming Channel. Let's just go ahead and get right back into it. I direct my attention to the track where they're preparing the first sprint. Okay. It looks like the 40-meter dash. My eyes scan the runners before finding Emmy. She's smiling with an almost cocky look on her face. The starter raises his pistol. Emmy explodes off the block, disappearing from the starting line in a blur. It's amazing. Even as the other sprinters converge on the lanes closest to the inside lane, Emmy surges to the front of the pack. By the time she rounds the final turn, some of the other runners have caught up. Their efforts come to naught though, since a final burst of speed from Emmy leaves them at least a half a second behind. Missy Bizarki whoops and shouts, applauding wildly and generally looking like any other parent cheering on their child. Emmy bounds off the track, looking pleased with herself. I cheer right along with the rest of them. The announcer, sounding suspiciously like Misha, gleefully gives the results. I think she's gotten faster since last time. That was incredible. Missy Bazaki grins proudly. Emmy's a heck of a runner. We fall silent as the next event is being prepared. I'm surprised to see Emmy striding out onto the track again. Wait, didn't she just run? Emmy's mother nods. Yes, but she runs multiple events for the same team, especially the sprints. It's a lot of running, but Emmy can handle it. From the look of things, she's right. Emmy doesn't appear to be tired, as if she hadn't run previous events at all. If not for the sweat visible on her shirt, you'd never know. Which event is this? It's the 200-meter dash. She'll do this one, the 100-meter, and the relay. I see. Once again, the pistol sounds, and once again, Emmy flies off the block. A thumping sound draws my attention away from the race. It's Rin's foot. She seems completely absorbed in the race. Emmy's mother cheers again, and I assume that the race is over. Sprints don't seem to me like they take very long to complete. Your foot? Your foot was bouncing on the bleachers. Oh. You seem pretty into this stuff. I'm surprised. Rin looks at me quizzically. Why wouldn't I be? No reason. I just thought stuff like sports wouldn't interest you. I suppose you're right. It's not that interesting. But I'm watching Emmy, not the sport. I don't follow. Emmy's the most Emmy when she runs. You don't get to see Emmy at her Emmyest very often. But here, you can, see? She directs my attention towards the track again, where the 100-meter dash is about to start. I watch Emmy closely. As she gets onto the starter blocks, her whole body seems to relax. But it's a false relaxation. I can see that she's actually like a coiled spring. As the starter tells everyone to get set, she snaps her head up and her eyes narrow slightly. Sorry about that. Here we go. Her mouth curls upward in what could be a grin and could be a growl. When the pistol goes off, it's as if she's been unleashed from a cage, like she was always moving at this blinding speed, but we couldn't see it happening until the starter pistol dispelled the illusion of emotionless. It's all over in a few seconds, but in those few seconds I feel like I just witnessed something very personal for Emmy. soon as she crossed the finish line, her fierce look was replaced by her normal grin. The conquering general returning to his farm. Amazing. She's really amazing. I've never seen anyone move that fast. Well, don't look at me. I'm far too relaxed to run that fast. No, I think Emmy's prowess all came from her father's side. At the mention of Emmy's father, Miss Bizarki looks wistful, almost sad. He got her into running, you know. Yeah, she told me. I'm uncertain as to whether or not it would be rude of me to ask after Emmy's father. But after that look on her face a few days ago, I feel compelled to ask. Where's her father now, if I might ask? Emmy's mother hesitates, clearly not willing to answer the question, but at the same time not wishing to appear rude. He isn't around anymore. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Emmy just seemed a little sad when she mentioned him earlier. It's not surprising, considering... They were very close. I see. A beeping noise suddenly emanates from Missy Bizarki's pocket. Reaching into it, she pulls out a cell phone and looks at it. Honestly, text messages? What is he, 16? Oh, nothing. I gotta go meet up with a friend of mine. Will you tell Emmy I'm very proud of her and then I'll call her later tonight? Of course. I'll admit that I zone out for a while. I almost didn't notice that the relay's about to begin, but when I look, I can't find Emmy. I thought that Emmy would be running the relay. She runs anchor, so she won't be running for a while yet. Ah. Did you see it? Huh? Emmy at her Emmyest? Maybe. Maybe this time. The race begins, and I cheer Emmy's teammates along as they pass the baton. Finally, I see Emmy sprinting onto the track to take the final handoff. Once again, I'm taken aback by how graceful she looks when she runs. It really is beautiful. The look of determination and fearlessness on her face only adds to the picture. Emmy at her Emmyest, I suppose. But then, as she crosses the finish line, I see her stumble slightly. It's only barely, but it's a definite stumble. Rin inhales sharply and actually looks concerned for a second. Ah, Emmy. Did she hurt herself, do you think? You noticed it too? It must be bad. She frowns as if deciding on the next course of action. Eventually that proves to be too tiresome, and she shrugs again. Well, let's go down. Gotta crown the victor. See if you can find a laurel branch. That's not going to be easy. Rin shrugs. At least we tried. Well, we didn't really try it all that hard. Or at all, but hey, whatever. Emmy is surrounded by her teammates, all of them congratulating her on the run. Rin seems to be waiting for Emmy to notice that she's arrived. Oh yeah, I guess she can't exactly wave Emmy over. Then again, I'm not sure that Rin would do such a thing even if she had arms. But it doesn't seem her style to draw attention to herself, or emote beyond shrugging. Either way, I'm not willing to wait, so I wave to Emmy, who looks up and grins happily at me. Or us. Hey, you showed up! Guess Rin owes me money, huh? We would have brought you a crown of laurels, but Hasalo didn't find one. Hey, neither did you. It wasn't my job to look. When did we assign jobs? When I said see if you can find a laurel branch. Try to keep up. I shrug. I guess Rin's rubbing off on me. Seems my fault after all, Emmy. Emmy laughs at Rin and me. It's okay. I'm sure you'll make it up to me somehow. Sure. Good. So how'd I look? I stopped myself from blurting out, beautiful, amazing, and settled for the substantially safer, very impressive. Emmy seems pleased with this assessment. I don't mention how much more impressive her performance is given her lack of legs. I figure she knows that already. Besides, it seems like it would take away from her efforts somehow. Great to hear. I was worried that I looked a little slow on the relay, but I guess I did fine, huh? Actually, I noticed Rin kicks me, keeping me from finishing my sentence. What was that about? He noticed it at the end. That's no good. Guess the nurse will look at it for me tomorrow. There's a carelessness in her voice, as if it isn't a big deal, but I suddenly notice a slight twitch on her face, like she's trying to hide the fact that she's in pain. It's then that I noticed her breathing is a little shallow too. I guess she really is hurt. She must notice my concern because she skips up to me and gives me a friendly pat on the shoulder. Hey, you look a little worried. I'm fine, really. Just sore from all the running is all. And come on, a little pain isn't gonna stop me. Oh no? Emmy grins, and for a moment she looks like she did during her sprint. Fierce and unconquerable. Or to put it another way, really beautiful. Hasn't yet? Well then I guess I shouldn't worry, huh? Damn right. I'm Emmy Bizarki, fastest thing on no legs, and I don't stop for anything. Impressive. Emmy giggles and then seems to remember something. Oh, before I forget, Rin and I are going to do something next Sunday as a post-track meet celebration. You should come along. Normally we do it the day after, but since the track meet is on a Sunday, I've got homework in class and all that stuff to take care of. Plus our morning run, of course. Right, of course. Oh, right. Your mom wanted me to say that she's proud of you. She'll call you later tonight. I thought I saw her in the stands. I'm glad she made it. It used to be my dad who showed up to my meets, but Mom's done a pretty good job of taking over. She shivers slightly and I realize that she's still all sweaty. A breeze has started to blow too. I'm not cold at all, and I've got my jacket with me, so without a word I throw it around her shoulders. Emmy jumps slightly and then grins at me. Hey, thanks! It's getting a little cold, I guess. Looked like it. Just as I begin to wonder whether or not giving Emmy my jacket can be taken the wrong way, a boy in a track uniform approaches. Hey, Emmy! You gonna miss the medal ceremony? Oh yeah, thanks! She turns to Rin and myself. You don't have to stick around for this part, it takes forever. Besides, you should get cracking on your homework now, if you don't want to be up all late, Misayo. Morning run tomorrow, don't forget. How could I? Good point. I mean, it's spending time with me after all. With this, she waves quickly and dashes off to receive her medals, or whatever they pass it off as a medal these days. Rin and I head away from the track, Rin remaining in whatever deep thoughts she has for most of the walk back to her dorm. As I see her off, she speaks up. We're probably not getting that coat back, I think. I'm sure I'll get it back eventually. Interesting. Take it as it comes, huh? Very Emmy-ish. With this odd statement, she turns and heads into the building. Honestly, was it that big a deal? Emmy was cold and, unless I'm mistaken, in pain. Giving her a solution to at least one of these problems seems like an obvious reaction. Though I guess there's a chance I can lose my jacket if Emmy never remembers to return it. I guess Rin has a point. Still, I can't bring myself to worry much over the whole thing. After all, it's been getting warmer lately. I don't need a jacket. Odd that I used to be a little more responsible with my stuff. Emmy-ish, huh? Maybe that's not really a bad thing. Ooh, the end of the chapter! Yay!